Hello all, in this video we will be dealing with chapter 10 of the economic survey. The title is Social Infrastructure and Employment. In this chapter we will be dealing with the following topics. Firstly, we will be dealing with India's health response to pandemic. Then we will be studying about various facts on social service expenditure. Third topic is education infrastructure and outcomes. Fourthly, we will be studying about the efforts of efforts taken by the government for skill development. Then we will be seeing various trends in employment data. Then the efforts made by the government to increase health services. Then we will be seeing about certain schemes and data on drinking water and sanitation access in the country. Finally, we will be dealing with the status of rural housing access in the country. First, we will see how India responded to COVID-19. These are some of the measures taken by the government to address the situation. First is availability of vaccine. India has made Covishield, Covaxin and Covovax. And these vaccines received emergency authorization approval from WHO. Apart from that, the import of certain COVID vaccines like Sputnik 5, Moderna are allowed. Second one is pricing and equity. In the vaccines, the government eligible citizens free provide pannanga. And coverage, with respect to coverage, from 3rd January 2022, COVID-19 vaccine coverage has been extended to age group of 15 to 18 years. Then government was taking many steps to deal with the vaccine hesitancy. Because of certain misconceptions, many people were hesitant to take the vaccine. To avoid the situation, a campaign called Har Ghar Dastak has been initiated. This helped in identifying and vaccinating those who missed first dose and due for second dose through house-to-house mobilization activity. And government was also using technology to address the situation. The first thing is Arogya Setu mobile app. The app, it helped the people to assess themselves the risk of they are catching the COVID-19 infection. So, avanga COVID-19 infection catch pandrakana risk assess pandrak this particular app was used. Then there was a unique digital platform called COVID 2.0. This supported the real-time vaccination activities. Then vaccination progress. So as on 16th January 2022, most of the population, around 156.76 crore doses of COVID-19 vaccines have been administered. Some of the other initiatives to take against COVID-19, the first one is the laboratory network. Both in the private and public sector, many laboratories were established. Then medical oxygen plant. Idhula mukyamana point with respect to prelims abdina, the technology which was used to design this plant, which is nothing but spin-off technology, which is derived from onboard oxygen generation system of India's indigenous fighter aircraft Tejas. Then DRDO developed the oxycare system to optimally use the available medical oxygen for COVID-19 patients. And certain drugs, anti-COVID drugs were also formulated. Next, we will see the certain facts on social sector expenditure. This graph will give you a better understanding on this. So, during the last 5 years, social services accounted for about 25% of total government expenditure. 2021-22, it again increased to 26.6%. This data is very important. We can use it in mains. So during the last 5 years, social services accounted for about 25% of the total government expenditure. Here we are taking both central and states together. So in the time when it is in this particular economic survey, it is 26.6%. Then education infrastructure. This last 2 years in the COVID education infrastructure, other information, government data is available. So government, it is quite difficult to analyze. So mainly because of the COVID-nala education sector has got greatly impacted. Adanala proper data வந்து collect பண்ண முடியல. So we are seeing the data back to 2019-20. So அந்த data எல்லாம் பார்க்கும்போது there is a significant improvement with respect to education infrastructure. With respect to school infrastructure, the number of schools, colleges and universities have increased. The basic facilities in schools have also increased. In the slide நிறைய slides I have made to explain you the correct situation. So basic facilities in schools improved over the earlier years, mainly because of the programs like Jal Jeevan Mission, Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, right? And the year 2019-20 also saw improvement in gross enrollment ratio at all levels and improvement in gender parity. And this particular year saw decline in dropout rate at primary, upper primary and secondary level. So in this slide, you can see the total number of schools, colleges and universities data related to that. So 2018-19 compare பண்ணீல, so எல்லாமே 2019-20 ல increase ஆயிருக்கு. Upper primary schools, secondary, senior secondary schools, colleges, university எல்லாமே வந்து when compared to previous year 2019-20, it has increased. And schools with basic facilities. This data, this shows 2012-13 on the fiscal year, but this shows 2019-20. So even here, schools with basic facilities, it has increased. எல்லா ஸ்கூல்ஸ்லயுமே ஓரளவுக்கு basic facilities வந்து எல்லா aspectsலயுமே increase ஆயிருக்கு. Gross enrollment ratio. This data indicates primary school. This one indicates upper primary school. So 2016-17, 2017-18, 2018-19 இங்க வந்து கொஞ்சம் stagnant ஆயிருச்சு. This gross enrollment ratio, it has reduced when compared to previous year, but the trend has again increased in 2019-20. The same is the case with upper primary school. And even at the secondary level, you can see the similar trend. So in 2016-17, 2017-18, 2018-19 la, there is a decrease when compared to previous year, but in 2019-20 you can see the improvement. And dropouts were higher during 2016-17, 2017-18 and 2018-19, but it reduced in 2019-20. So overall assessment என்னன்னு சொல்லலாம்னா, so compared to previous year 2019-20, there is significant improvement. So for 2020 and 2021, we do not have government data. Rather, we can look at ASER report. So based on ASER report, annual survey of education report, which was released by a non-governmental organization, we can have the following information. So இதுல என்னென்ன சொல்லிருக்காங்க அப்படின்னா, first, the school enrollment increased in the age group of 15 to 16 years, but it decreased in the age group of 6 to 14 years. So higher age group la school enrollment increase ஆயிருக்கு, but lower age group la school enrollment வந்து decrease ஆயிருக்கு. At the same time, the children in rural areas have moved out of private to government school in all 3 age groups. So this trend is seen in all 3 age groups. இதுக்கு முக்கியமான reasons வந்து shutdown of low-cost private schools. So the private schools have become costly for many of the families. Secondly, financial distress of parents. Because of COVID, many people have lost their job. So because of that also, the students would have gone from private to government schools. Free facilities in government schools and families migrating back to villages. Because of all these reasons, the children in rural areas have moved out of private to government schools. So it is highly important to improve the infrastructure in government schools. And many challenges were faced by the children during COVID times. Some of the challenges include non-availability of smartphone, non-availability of phone for child to use, and network connectivity issues. So because of all these issues, many children were not, particularly in the lower age group, they were not able to attend the online classes regularly. Some of the major initiatives for the students taken during COVID-19 pandemic includes PM E-Vidya, National Digital Education Architecture, Vidyanjali, Samagra Siksha Abhiyan, NIPUN Bharat Abhiyan, Pradhan Mantri Poshan Shakti scheme. So read about this scheme in detail. Next, we will see the data in higher education. Gross enrollment ratio in higher education, it recorded at 27.1% in 2019-20, which is slightly higher than the previous year. Some of the initiatives for the development of higher education taken by the government include National Apprenticeship Training Scheme, Academic Bank of Credit, EPG Pathsala, Unat Bharat Abhiyan, and Scholarship for Weaker Sections. Again, read about the schemes thoroughly. This might come in prelims. Next, in the next slide, we will see about the skill development and the efforts taken by the government to improve the skill development in the country. So, periodic labor force survey, it shows that formal vocational or technical training among youth and working population have improved. So again, here there is a positive trend. To improve the skill development in the country, Indian government has launched Skill India Mission in 2015. Under the mission, government is implementing the following schemes: Pradhan Mantri Kaushal Vikas Yojana, Jan Shikshan Sansthan Scheme, National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, Craftsman Training Scheme. The first three schemes is for shorter-term skill development, and the final scheme is for long-term skill development. Next, we will deal with the trends of employment using periodic labor force survey and EPFO data. So, periodic labor force survey, in the data padi, unemployment rate, it was higher in Q1 of 2020-21, but it gradually got declined in the Q4. Final quarter, you can see a decline in unemployment rate. And again, labor force participation rate and working population ratio in urban sector has also significantly declined. But again, this data has shown recovery in the subsequent quarters. So Q1, unemployment was quite higher, but when it comes in the Q4, the situation has grossly improved. Then, as per Employee Provident Fund Organization payroll data, so EPFO data padi, you can get the information in formal sector. Formal sector information you can get through this particular data. So according to this particular data, 14 lakh net addition to EPF subscribers were added in November 2021, which again translated to the growth of 1.9% from November 2020. Next, we will see about the data on demand for work under Nrgs. So Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. So in the scheme, you can assess the rural market. Due to nationwide lockdown, so COVID time in the nationwide lockdown nala, you can see an increase in employment under this particular scheme, and this got stabilized after second COVID wave. The aggregate employment under this scheme is still higher than pre-pandemic level. So this particular graph shows the persons demanded work under Nrgs. And next we will see about the long-term trends in employment using annual periodic labor force survey data. So again, between 2018-19, 2019-20, you can see 4.74 crore additional person joined the workforce. In the rural sector has contributed much higher when compared to urban sector. Among the additional workers, 63% were female workers. Adila, 65% were self-employed. And read these data too. So these data will be highly helpful for you in mains. So employment patti edavadhu or essay kekranga illa edavadhu or question kekranga appadina இந்த data எல்லாம் போட்டு you can give an introduction, conclusion, or to substantiate any fact. Next, we will see about the policy responses to boost rural livelihood. So rural livelihood, other boost பண்றதுக்கு government has taken many steps. Among among the steps, these steps are important. And these schemes are given in the economic survey. So idellame vandu study very thoroughly. It might be asked in prelims. So Atmanirbhar Bharat Rozgar Yojana, Garib Kalyan Rozgar Abhiyan, Deen Dayal Antyodaya Yojana, Pradhan Mantri from Yogi Mandan scheme. So national pension scheme for traders, shopkeepers, self-employed person. So these schemes are very important with respect to prelims. And again, 2019-20 the labor laws were codified into or simplified into 4 labor codes. So this is also a right step in the right direction. Next, we will see about the programs and schemes related to health. Ayushman Bharat Health and Wellness Centers, Ayushman Bharat Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, PM Ayushman Bharat Health Infrastructure Mission, Pradhan Mantri Swasthya Suraksha Yojana, Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission, E-Sanjeevani. So before going to the next slide, இதுவரைக்கும் நான் சொன்ன schemes பத்தி எல்லாம் have a look. ஒரு time படிச்சுட்டு then you will move on to next slide. So this video won't be boring to you, and it is more of interesting also. Next, we will see certain health outcome indicators. This is very, very important with respect to both prelims and mains. As this health outcome indicators are taken from National Family Health Survey 5. So even here we can see a positive trend. So social indicators, these have improved over years. So latest data is given in the last column. You can see the total fertility rate. It has reduced to 2. It is a positive trend. Sex ratio at birth for children born in last 5 years have shown an increasing trend from 919 per 1,000 females per 1,000 males to 929 females per 1,000 males. Again, infant mortality rate, under 5 mortality rate, institutional birth, everything. So almost all the social indicators have improved in the the succeeding years. Child health indicators. So all child nutrition indicators have also improved at all India level. Try to note all these facts. These numbers are important compared to any other number in economic survey. Social indicators are very, very important, both from prelims and mains perspective. And other health indicators, the life expectancy at birth was 69.4 years. And life expectancy was lowest in Chhattisgarh and highest in Kerala and Delhi. These states are important. And we have already seen about the total fertility rate. And the sex ratio, that is the number of female per 1,000 males in the total population, has risen from 991 females in National Family Health Survey 4 to 1,020 in National Family Health Survey 5. Drinking water and sanitation. With respect to drinking water and sanitation, the major initiatives taken during this particular time period is Jal Jeevan Mission and Swachh Bharat Mission Gramin. So Jal Jeevan Mission, the aim of the mission is to provide adequate, safe drinking water through individual household tap connection to all households in rural India by 2024. Second one is Swachh Bharat Mission. Here, around 10 crore toilets have been built in rural India. These data are important. With respect to electricity and cooking fuel, 2 important schemes are Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana and Saubhagya Yojana. These 2 data, 58.6% of households and the 88% in 2015-16 to 96.8% in 2019-21. These 2 data are important. Next, we will see certain information about rural development. Here again, government has implemented certain schemes like Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Grami, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana to have a significant impact on rural development. With respect to Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, this particular point is very important. Landless beneficiaries are accorded highest priority in the allotment of houses. And with respect to Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, even World Bank has made a comment on it. It has mentioned Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana routes had a positive impact on human capital formation in India. And with respect to multidimensional poverty, Bihar had largest multidimensional poor households compared to any other state in India. Hope you have got sufficient information in this video. Try to incorporate all this information in your mains answer. Thank you. Have a great day.